Peter Hakim is the President Emeritus and a senior fellow at the Inter-American Dialogue in Washington, D.C. The centre focuses on policy analysis in the Western Hemisphere. Welcome to the programme.
Thank you very much.
Is it a surprise? Are you surprised at all that the country population, one-third of it, can no longer afford basic goods? Argentina is known as the breadbasket for the world, producing something like 400 million, feeding 400 million people around the world it's capable of.
Well, listen, it's very hard to make comparisons with what's going on now and what went on with the previous government, since the previous government was simply inventing statistics. So it's very hard to make a comparison. I think that the basic problem is the current government has been in power now for 6, 7 months, 8 months maybe. And it's making an effort to correct almost 12 years of very populist, poorly disciplined economic policies. And what you had in the past year, when you had an election last December, you had huge expenditures by the government, leaving, in fact, this huge hole in the budget, huge hole in the economy. The reserves were floating downward at the same time that Chinese and international demand for Argentina's exports was declining. So you really had a situation that was almost made for sort of a perfect storm, and the prediction was that any government was going to face a terrible economic situation. Macri faced it, and there's not much he can do to get out of it unless he can restore Argentina's international credibility. It can attract investment. They can begin to repair years of neglect in the economy.
Inheriting problems from a former government is nothing new. 35%, though, of the population is in poverty. What's likely to happen if this continues? What does he need to do to build public confidence?
Well, he has to basically pursue a set of policies that people have confidence will restore Argentine economic strength, sanity, growth in the country. And that's hard to do from a very, very weak basis. The investment is not flowing in as rapidly as was thought it might. The situation in Argentina is very bad at this point. But the solution is going to be a tough one. It's been a tough one in places like Greece, as you know, in Spain, in many other countries. And but I think the blame largely falls on the previous government. That's why it was, in fact, voted out of office. That the candidate of the previous government lost an election precisely because people no longer trusted its economic policies. And it's now Argentina is paying a price for years of overspending, poor investment, and basically creating himself as almost a pariah state in the international financial community.
Okay, Peter Hakim, live in Washington, D.C. Thank you very much for joining us on TRT World.